All right, ladies and gentlemen of the 118 scale, 3.75 inch, 4-inch modern action figure community. I'm back again with another video. And today I have for you Kickstart and his mobile mech suit, the Steel Marauder. Now, this was released as a box set in about 2010 under the Pursuit of Cobra label. And really cool. I think if you didn't back in the days now, you should get your hands on them. But let's get a look at first. We're going to start off with Kickstart. So what you have here is I actually really like this figure, the way he's made with the green. Looks very military. And that's one of the things that G.I. Joe gets away from is more of the military color of the figures. Sometimes they go outrageous on colors, but ultimately this is why we love G.I. Joe, because of their ability to create imagination. But anyway, so he has this helmet on and it has this night vision goggles. And which is cool about the night vision goggles is that they actually took the time out to paint in that green to give it that real night vision goggle look. It's attached to his helmet. We'll get the helmet off, and this is pretty much what you have. See if I can zone in on that. All right, awesome. It flips up, flips down. Right? That's pretty cool. And I've seen this helmet before. If I'm not mistaken, the Comic-Con version of Night Fox had one of these in white, but I don't think his lens was painted green. But that's really cool, man. I like when they take time to, really put a little effort, making these things a little more realistic. Just a little dab of paint does that. It has this strapping around the hood, but ultimately fairly plain beyond that, but really cool helmet. We'll put that right there. Next, let's have a look at Kickstart. That's what you have. You see that face sculpt. I've seen it's been used quite a few times. The head sculpt, rather. It's been used quite a few times on different figures. The figure subscription service Sneak Peek, I think, uses the same head sculpt. And he's also used for the G.I. Joe General on the figure subscription service. So that's, it is what it is. I don't really mind. Pretty cool though, It would be nice to have a few more head sculpts, but when you actually think of the grand scheme of things, they put forth a lot of them. So I can see them being used a few other places. He has this Flak Vest on, brown and green. We have seen this vest before, and it was none other than the, I believe, 25th anniversary Cobra Viper. And if you look really close, he still has a Cobra emblem right here on his belt there. Right? And you have pants. He doesn't have really a whole lot of detail going on down there, but nice nonetheless. He's got a sidearm molded in. You cannot take that out. And he's got these black gloves. Really cool. I really like when I guess I said this before, but I really like when they use green on the figures, and this military olive green. It really makes you, it really brings you back to the essence of the military that these toys are portraying. And the Kickstart figure did not come with a figure stand. And he also did not come with his own weapon, firearm, other than the molded one on his hip, or his thigh rather. And there's no assault rifle or anything. Those are my only negatives for this figure. But other than that, it's a cool figure. Next, we can get into here the Steel Marauder, and in my opinion, there over the time there's been a couple different mech suits and things that were released of this nature, but not enough. I can only count about 3 or 4 that were released for the figures, and one being the opposite of this was a Cobra variant. But this one is pretty cool. It has a cockpit here. Also, this guy here is pretty posable. I'm very surprised. I didn't think that they could make so much, I guess, ability for this thing to pose, but they did. So let's get into some of that. Like he's got his arms here. If you see, he's got a couple hinges on his arms. His legs, in and out, up and down, even at the feet. Ball joints. This cockpit opens to reveal the seating arrangement here. He has these 2, I guess you could call them joysticks, and they're fully posable. I think this guy is really cool. He's kind of, the way I stood him up, he's not very stable like that, but it'll work for now. Let's zoom in on that cockpit. So that's what you have there. And also you have what looks like some type of a leather seating here. I'm sorry, let me get that in the frame for you. Like a nice seating here. And you also have like some radar equipment going on there, just a sticker, but really cool nonetheless. You also have some targeting and radar equipment on the lens here, this is done very nicely, by the way, because it's molded in black, but it also has clear panels. They could have just went on and just did a whole black panel or a whole clear panel and just left it, but they actually took the time and did it in black, like a black frame with clear windows on it, which is pretty cool. It did come with a sticker sheet. I don't have the sticker sheet. The stickers were already applied. Cool, saves me a minute or two. Also at the front here, you have these claws. They're able to grapple on things, and then you have this missile launch system here, which actually fires the missiles off automatically, kind of like a minigun or a turret. And here's a view of the Marauder, the Steel Marauder from the backside. And you'll notice he has more stickers in place. He's got this cool G.I. Joe logo here. He's got some other smaller stickers going on there. Let's see if we can zoom in. All right, rescue. What does that say? Rescue. Let's bring it closer. Oh, okay, they both say rescue. All right, zoom back out. So here you have this yellow button here. That's going to be your button for your pincher or your claws. And all you do is press that in, and you see it opens and closes the claw. All right. Then you have this yellow dial here. What happens is you twist that, and there you have it. So moving right along, I don't actually have the actual box or anything for this, but I'm going to show you some of the figure art. I'll put it right here, some of the box art for this particular combo. If you don't know, they're packaged together. The figure and the mech vehicle are packaged as one, and I'll also include that Cobra also has one that was released from the same toy line, and that one was pretty cool. But I think this one is a little cooler. It kind of brings me back to that essence of when I was a kid. I would watch Exo Squad, and as long as it was on TV, it wasn't very long. I think they didn't like too much of the violence on that show because it came on Sunday mornings or I'm sorry, Sunday mornings, and they would blow each other up, man. I mean, you would see legs and hands flying. It's crazy that a kid's cartoon was that drastic. But anyway, let's move right on. It reminds me of that, and why G.I. Joe didn't tap in to that particular style of toy, I don't know, because they could have definitely cornered that market also. And I believe they were both made by Hasbro. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I also think that in some point in the G.I. Joe history, they did release one or two mech vehicles that were similar to those that were released from the Exo Squad line. As you see, he fits in there very nicely. That's what his joysticks look like. They look like two triggers. This is pretty cool the way it's done, I might add. I mean, this is pretty cool. He does fit inside his cockpit, and if you got this brand new, then this also came in. This showed you how to assemble these blueprints, and who doesn't love blueprints that collects these vehicles and stuff? So there you have it. Shows you how to put the figure in, shows you how to put everything together right there in the turret, the claw, and that's pretty much what you get. Plus you also get, of course, his action figure file card, rather. And that's pretty much about it. Overall, Kickstart and Steel Marauder, if you're into this sort of thing, this is definitely a good grab. I say if you spot it out there, grab it. This is pretty cool. Also, when you think about, like, you know, how the turrets and the claws and everything, when you think about all these vehicles in this modern line, keep in mind that all this stuff was made for children. It just transcended to a, I guess you can call it, culture, so to speak. Now children could care less about these things. They want to be on their iPhones and PlayStations and Xboxes, and but this is back in the days when we used to meet outside and be like, yo, what you got going on? Oh, well, I got these Cobras. Well, I got something really cool that's probably going, and we'd meet outside and we'd create like fortresses and stuff. When we take our figures outside and we blow stuff up and have these missions and all kind of stuff that kids just don't do these days. So ultimately, I enjoy this stuff. It's really cool. It's a hobby. Let me just go ahead and give this guy here. This is going to be a minus, and the reason why it's an A minus, and together it's an A minus, and the reason why is because it doesn't have a few things that makes it actually an A. Whereas he doesn't have a figure stand, he doesn't have his own assault rifle or sidearm other than the one molded to his side. I also think that this would be much better in a flying format. Like, they should make it to where it could transform into like just an aircraft, like just a couple small snaps makes it into an aircraft. But ultimately, I really like this, and I really think you should get your hands on it if you see it out there. So with that being said, I'm going to leave this right here. I'm going to end it off right here. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. I'll answer them at my earliest convenience. And thank you. I appreciate you guys checking me out this morning. All right. Have a good day. Peace.